What's up, confessors? What's up, everyone? Thanks for joining us for another recap of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Allow me to bring my lovely co-host up, Miss Dina, aka Christina. Hey, boo, hey. How you doing? Your mic off, just so you know.
Oh yeah, I know. I gotta close my door right quick so I don't have no background noise. But I'm doing great. Hold on.
Well, Dina's doing great. I'm doing great. We about to get into this. Not a lot much happened this episode except the big shabuzi, and that was the family of Steel. Stormy's family went at it this episode, and it's going to continue into next episode.
Woo child.
So, first of all, I remember last season when Miss Betty was on a live with Miss Wanda, and we were asking her questions, and she was answering all of them. And one of the questions that was asked was, or maybe it was Stormy we asked, and no, actually, yes, Stormy was live on Instagram, and I asked about her mom, and I asked, "Is we gonna see Miss Betty on the show?" And at that time, Miss Betty didn't have no want to be on the show. She was like, it's a hell no. Like, we basically was not gonna see her.
Mm-hmm.
And now we got Miss Betty, and we got Miss Betty.
Right.
And now
On a few
her
episodes.
sister in it too.
On a few episodes.
On a few episodes. And now we got the sister. We already met Junior, which is Stormy's cousin who worked for her that she just recently fired. And she already feels bad about that. And so they're all together at her house, and it just went down. The blood is so bad between them two sisters, you can tell it ain't
right.
even.
That's just insane. But I mean, it's insane for them to act like that on TV. Because me and my sisters, we got a rule. Now, we don't always get along or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But if she called me, I'll be down to go jump somebody, and then we gonna not be speaking after that. But we don't never act like that in public.
Right. That was just out the box. So, first of all, hey, baby. Hey, girl.
Oh, we gotta say Happy Father's Day to everybody out there too.
Oh, yes. Happy Father's Day to all of the men out there who are great fathers and all of that good stuff. Yes. Peace be with you. And anyway, so yeah. Who do you think both of them wrong? Do you think this is really about something between them that's maybe deep rooted, possibly? Because
in this particular situation, I think Lisa 25% wrong and Betty 75% wrong. Because if Stormy did pay $15,000 for Junior to get out of jail, that ain't nobody's business. You know what I'm saying? So if she could have just left it at all Stormy did for you, you know what I'm saying? And that would have been sufficient. Because if the family is as tight as it looks like or seems to be or whatever, then everybody know, you know what I'm saying? Who done what for who, you know what I'm saying? Clearly it's not a secret amongst them that this took place. So she could have just left it at, after all Stormy did for you, you know what I'm saying? Why would you go and work for her and be a half-ass employee to the point where we got to have a powwow because she lets you go because she doesn't want it to hurt the family? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it was a long, hard decision for her to make to even go this far. And so that's where I feel like she's 75% wrong. And then I feel like Lisa's 25% wrong because she should have pulled the candy and was like, we gonna cut and we gonna do this little thing off screen or whatever. Now she did try to be
But
like,
she
take the
tried.
mic
She was like, get my mic off.
right,
She
but
was,
I felt like I know she was upset. You know what I'm saying? And you can't really tell somebody
yeah,
how
out of nowhere,
to
because you gotta understand, even though they as bad as they are, no matter how bad the blood is, you would never think that someone would say that like on camera. Like you just like there's
exactly.
rules you feel.
And
But I
then
wonder if that's something they discussed before, and maybe she wasn't supposed to, and she still
exactly.
did.
And like you said, I think it's some deep rooted other going on because she made a comment when they was outside, something to the effect that uh her mom is always trying to make Lisa's kids act like they ain't, whatever. And maybe
Mm-hmm.
there's some one up competition, or because Stormy is successful and maybe her kids aren't, there's some of that going on. And then just like she explained about, and it happens in every family when one person steps up to take care of the parent and other
Mm-hmm.
people are capable of sharing the duties, but one person ends up doing all the work. That also breeds resentment. Like,
Oh
this
yeah.
your daddy too. Why you wasn't doing more? You know what I'm saying? And one person
Mm-hmm.
takes the brunt of everything. And then it's like, okay, I'm doing all this for the family. My daughter is doing all
But
this for the
sometimes
family.
though, the person who has stepped up to the plate to take care of everything drops the ball also. So
That
that
and
could
there's a
also be a thing
possibility.
too.
Yeah.
Like
But I mean,
I try to be devil's advocate here,
right, right. And
but
if they would have presented it that way, like if Lisa would have said, oh, she said she did all this, that, and the third, but she wasn't paying the medical bills on time or the nursing home bills, or she was, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't really know the whole backstory. We can only guesstimate. But the way it was presented is like, maybe Miss Betty feels a little more entitled or better than or whatever. And even if she's not presenting that, maybe Lisa feels because her Betty's kids are or daughter is successful, her kids aren't, and maybe she wishes she could have helped take care of the dad, but maybe she wasn't financially capable. So maybe even if Miss Betty's not putting it out there, maybe Lisa internalized it as she feels less than, and that breeds resentment also, even if Miss Betty never said nothing or did nothing.
well, I'm sure Miss Betty don't say some did some, because Miss Betty does not
And
hold
we
her
only
tongue.
getting a few
She
minutes.
keeps
We don't
it
know how
real and
long
does
they
not hold her tongue. This is
and
generational. So sisters are
we
you.
only getting a few minutes. We don't know how long they filmed, what else was said. You know what I'm saying? And the one thing you got to understand about a family dynamic is stuff that could have happened 20 years ago can rear its ugly head at any given time. The family reunion, the wedding, the funeral, the whatever can, pop up at any time if it was never resolved.
Yeah. BB says this is generational. I feel the sisters are using this issue as a cover for the real issue. Betty is forgetting that it's Stormy's money, not hers. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah, and that is true. But as a mom, you're always gonna be, no matter how old your kids are, you always gonna look out for them from some degree. And it seemed like Miss Betty herself got a lot of something towards Junior himself, because she was calling him, a prick, and just like,
Like,
what?
where did all
Like,
that come from?
yeah, like she was just really sitting there just dogging him, because when Stormy had went out to talk to and Lisa, they was just sitting in the house doing their thing, and they was going back and forth, and she was just going at him. I was like, oh my goodness, how is this even like right? I'm wondering like where Courtney at, because we gonna need some reinforcement, because this don't look like it's right. Because I feel like Miss Betty the type that'll swing on somebody, man, woman, young, old, whatever. So I'm feeling that it's gonna be a lot more, because we're gonna see that it's gonna be continued next episode. So I feel we're gonna get deeper into this situation in this family dynamic, and I'm here for it, because Miss Betty a trip and it looked like Miss Lisa Aunt Lisa a trip. I'm wondering, is there any other sisters or is there a brother? Like, is that it? Because I need to know. I go through this with my siblings. Let one of those heifers look at me sideways, all hell breaks loose. Oh my goodness, you're that bad with your sisters? See, I have one sister, older sister, and me and her is like close. Like
Man,
close.
let me tell you, I got 4 sisters. And the only time one calls is when she needs a hotel room.
Oh.
One I really don't speak to because she sent one of my kids to jail. And then one, we lived in the same city, and I only saw her at family functions for 3 years. And the other one, there's such a big age gap or whatever. Like, we talk in the family group chat or whatever. And then there's the one sister that slept with everybody's baby daddy.
Including yours?
What?
You know I'm allergic to eggs, right? Here, Chriselle wants you to FaceTime her.
She called back. I thought I was eating. I'm eating.
Oh, okay.
This is why I stay away from 3 of them. They lack accountability. My ace is my little sister. Okay, well, at least you got one.
Now, my one and only brother, we thick as thieves.
Yeah, your brother cool. So maybe that means there's 5 siblings. You got 5, so there's 5 girls all together. Do you have any brothers? Or is this just 5 girls? Because 3 of them you don't talk to. You is one of them, and then your sister's another. So that is 5. I am counting right.
That sounds right to me.
Did I do the math right? Did I solve
the math is mathing?
Did I solve the story problem? But I don't think this family dynamic is going to be solved, because it seems like it's been going on for a long time. I wonder when it started. Okay, and I need to know, has Junior been working for Stormy since she started? You know, and like, how bad is it? You know, because that conversation that they had when they fired him a couple episodes back, she said that was a lot more, of course, than what we seen. But it's just like, but afterwards, you know, they had went live. He said he was good. They were live chilling on the phone together on live. And he said he got him a great new job. He was happy where he's at, and all was good. And it was no bad blood between them. So I'm wondering, like, well, sheesh, why?
Well, she said that her and Junior was cool, and that her mama and Lisa was making it difficult between them. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I like I said, I don't think the need, like, it could have just been left at after all Stormy's done for you. You know what I'm saying? I really don't think there needed to be anymore after that. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I don't know the whole, maybe she didn't want to air Junior's business all out, but Courtney did.
But she seemed more mad than, but Lisa seemed more mad than Junior did, though.
Right, Junior like, I'm cool. Like, but I mean,
whoop-de-whoop.
Courtney did say that, you know, he was coming in late, showed up when he wanted to. And I think the bigger deal was, if you my family, not just an employee, you my family, you should be letting you, first of all, regardless of whose business it is, if you supposed to be there at 8, you supposed to be there at 8. If there's stuff that's going wrong, like people are stealing, riding the clock, You know what I'm saying? Not that you
Yeah.
gonna be a snitch, because I would never go back and say, well, Junior said, but you should be reporting these things, because essentially your cousin is losing money if people are riding the clock or stealing product, or you know what I'm saying, clocking other people out, or the numerous things that could go on in the situation.
Yeah. I mean, I feel Junior should just be mad out of everybody, because it's his business that's being
Right.
discussed and that everyone just got uprooted about. It was just madness, but he's the calmest one out of all of them, which is crazy.
Well,
And
I think Stormy, for the situation, was calm until the mamas, you know what I'm saying, the mom and the auntie, and then she was more or less um trying to get everybody together, on the same page and whatnot. But yeah,
Mhm.
I really think Junior was like, okay, whatever, you know what I'm saying, it ain't no big deal. If we know, we know. But I could see where Lisa was like, don't be putting all my son's business out there. That ain't for the world to know. What if I mean, because she said to get him out of jail. Like, what if, that was, I guess, for the lawyer or whatever, or
Yeah,
to
that's
bail
my
him
question.
out.
Like fifteen
You know,
thousand dollars. Like, Junior? What did you do, darling? Shit.
right? Because if that
What
was
did you
bail on
do?
10%, that means the bail was like 150K. Now, if it was a lawyer, it's $5,000 out the door for them to even talk to you. So who knows what happened after that?
Hold on. Okay. Now the math equation has gotten difficult for me. 4 girls, one brother on mom's side, but my mom's sperm donor has over 10. Okay. Oh my gosh. What? Oh my goodness. I think this was a situation where the cousin didn't want to work there. He took the job and he wanted to leave. Stormy wanted to pull the plug and they let the situation go too far. Been there. That could be too. I mean, because Stormy's the type that she didn't want to let him go, because Stormy's very sensitive, and she said it, and she's all about trying to have the family on. Because you heard her this episode say she hates that the only thing she can't could have any control over or do anything about is her own family.
Right.
Because she mentioned, like, this is why this happens every time I have a family function. This happens. So I don't know if she meant specifically just them, or is it just like,
I think it's the bad blood. I think it's the bad blood between Lisa and Betty, because she was like, I can't have a housewarming. I can't do this. I can't do that. And it's sometimes, I ain't even gonna lie to you, when we have like holidays and it's over an extended period of time, I got about 3 days to see y'all before I'm tired of y'all. You know what I'm saying? And they probably all live in the same city. So if if somebody look at me sideways, it might pop off. It might trigger somebody might say something. Everybody on high alert. You know what I'm saying? Is that a joke? Is that a dig? Let me reevaluate what they said before I pop off. And I'm not the only one. You can see it on everybody's face. Everybody listening intently to see if somebody gonna try to sneak this somebody or whatever. So with this family dynamic, I could see where Lisa and Betty is just waiting for one or the other to say something that's gonna get it popping off.
Mm-hmm. And that's not right. I really will hope that don't happen on screen. I really hope that. I don't want to see that on screen. But that's a lot of tenseness.
I can't stand BB. She didn't woke up and chose violence again.
Stormy needs to delegate. She needs her husband, who is shaped like Patrick, do the hiring. BB, you don't leave.
He got that baby weight. He got that sympathy baby weight.
Because I like
what that is. He got that sympathy baby weight.
He's a cute teddy bear. Leave him alone, BB. Shoot. It's talking about. That's a good looking man right there. Ain't no wrong with that. Dina, you are better than me. You have up to 3 hours max at my house. No drinking, smoking, or music. Eat my food and get out.
Look, let me tell y'all, these events be short-lived, okay? Because like when we do, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, like we do Christmas or whatever. So let's say Christmas is on a Friday. So people start coming in Wednesday, and we usually do like a dinner or something. We go out or whatever. Then Thursday is Christmas Eve, which we usually do like the family photo, whatever themed it is or whatever. And then Friday, like on the day of Christmas, they be wanting me to come over early in the morning, open gifts. I'm not 12. That's for the little kids. I'll be over there when the food is ready. Okay. And if y'all got gifts,
to see the happiness of the children opening their gifts, Dina?
First of all, I don't even like Christmas. Okay. Let's start there.
But you like the kids, don't you?
That's debatable.
Damn. Really?
I mean, it is not that I don't like the idea of Christmas. I've just had too many people in my family pass away on Christmas. So I don't like Christmas.
Okay.
And then everybody is like running around like it's this great day. And then nobody stops to honor those that have passed on this day. And it irritates me. So I do as less as possible.
For the food?
So I do as less as possible. I be faking the funk on Christmas. I go and I smile and I drink and I be merry, and then I go home and crawl in my bed with my dog and we be chilling, and I talk to my ancestors and we call it a night. So I'm not into getting up at 8, 9, 10 o'clock in the morning after we didn't drink till 3 a.m. to open up no gifts. No.
So I'm waking up drinking this did me and my either this last year, the year before, maybe both, I don't know, but we started the thing of having wine while the kids open the gifts.
And I'll be down for that, but I didn't already drink with y'all till 3 a.m. I'm sleep.
Well, me and my sister may have not drank. We ain't gonna drink that much the night before if we know we're about to wake up. Yeah. See, yeah, we do it different.
Yeah, see. And you know what? Had I went to bed at 10 o'clock, I might be tempted to come over there at 10 o'clock. I did it one year. And oh Lord Jesus. No, I was drinking with these fools to all hours of the night. I was late to work, scratched up my car, said I'm not drinking with you hoes no more.
Well, shit. Okay. But what else would happen this episode? That hey girl, hey. Not really much else happened this episode except at the beginning. Still, you know what? They need to just leave this comeback group alone. At this point, it's not gonna happen. It's never gonna happen. Melody don't want nothing to do with it. And Marie said, if it ain't all, then it ain't. Then it's none. All or nothing. So It looked like this is a done deal. But however, I did agree with Mel when she was like, Tisha, you know, you're saying no to this and no to that. You don't want to pay us, and you won't let me do, internet over masterclass over, so whatever. And she's like, you're the one who seemed closed-minded. By the end of that meeting, though, Tisha didn't have nothing to say. Like, she had just shut down. She was done.
Right. And then she was like, well, I don't even know what I'm going to email y'all.
I'm going to have to pray about it.
My whole thing is if you want people's help, you can't just put out an agenda and say this is what y'all gonna do and not pay them. And on top of that, you asking for input, and then you tell people in the last or the first meeting, y'all can be involved as much as you want to, or not as much as wherever you feel comfortable. But now Maurice is like, it's all or nothing. So for me, it's just like, y'all might as well just cancel this or do it on your own, since you got black spelled like your restaurant name, like it's just y'all's thing anyway. So y'all just want people there, certain people there, because they're more popular on the show, and y'all feel like that's going to bring more people in the community to the event, or more sponsors with having so-and-so's name attached to it.
Very well point given. So it seems also, and that's why that's going to happen. And you can see, and see, Marcel wants to blame it all on Maurice for, first of all, too. He said he's going to be the one that's going to F it up for everybody. It's actually going to be Mel, because Mel the one who don't want to do it. And I feel her. She said baby steps. This is a big thing for her to do. Like, and well, how is y'all just going to come together acting like we ain't just
like? And then when they showed the replay from the reunion, now I'm sitting here eating with you, and you didn't said I was the devil in sheep's clothing, and I had a dark soul. Now you want to do business with me?
But I'll say this too. Now you say Mel said all of that, but when her and Tisha had their little powwow together, they was kikiing and hugging and stuff. I was like, that's, you really did, like, this is a baby step for you to be hugging and kikiing like this to someone who just said your soul is dark and you the devil, basically.
Right. And so, that's what I don't get. You gotta be on one side or the other. You can't play both sides against the middle. Either you extremely hurt and it's baby steps, or okay, it's time enough past that, you know, if I'm gonna sit down and eat with you, I can do business with you.
Oh, F the community, BB? Not the community. Come on now, have a heart. It's the community. Give back. Ooh, BB, you're a hard woman, honey. But yeah, so I really kind of just don't blame Mel. And I'm tired of seeing Miss Nell. I don't want to see Miss Nell on no pole. First of all, either.
That's like seeing Mercedes Mama on the pole for the election.
It just didn't look right. You know, Miss Nell's a pretty lady, but she seemed to, with God, to be doing that. And
you see, she came in there with a full-on bodysuit. Head to toe.
I'm like, what you do when you get out of church, Miss Lady? Because I'm like, okay now, but I'm like, But it's funny because when Kimmy asked Mel about the picture on social media, she was like, I have no problem with you asking, just like I have no problem with saying it's none of your business. But when Miss Nell asked, she feels that she's comfortable enough with Miss Nell to tell her something. Of course, not all, but her something. So I'm like, well,
how is it? Give her one bean.
Yeah. So how is it? And so I'm like, so Kimmy ain't that cool, you know? I thought, you know, why Kimmy ain't? Like, I just thought that was kind of strange and unusual. You know what I'm saying? Just saying. Right. Question: how is it when they have these restaurant scenes, the food comes out so quickly?
Girl, that's edited.
Because it's edited and they speeded it up, and it's something about when you shoot a scene at a restaurant, it's like you have to show the food. It's just weird, but they have to show.
You know, they always show there has not been one reality show that I've watched where they didn't show like the outside of the building or the name of the building and the food or whatever.
If you're there,
and that's probably part of, you know, let us film here and we'll throw you a couple dollars or whatever and promote.
So that's how they do that down there in the industry. That's why that happens. They edit it right to the food coming out because they want to show them eating it, and you know, many different shots and scenes they can show of their food.
Oh, they drinks.
You know, ooh, that look good. We need to go there. Boom. Right. That's what they try. That's it.
And the way Mel kept shoving that food in her face, it must be good, or she didn't want to talk. One of the two.
It's both, maybe, but she definitely didn't want to talk. But because she wasn't giving up nothing. And I respect that because, you know, once you've been having your whole entire marriage and everything put out there, you do kind of want something for yourself. At least to work out before people can just be like, oh, hey, here's my new guy. And then it's like 3 weeks later, it's a wrap. They're like, aha,
Right. And not only that, as soon as you post somebody, then all the old hoes come out the woodwork. You know what I'm saying? Male and female. As soon as you post somebody, and then you get the, oh, really though? Oh, that's what you've been doing. You get all of that underneath the comments. I tell people right now, I'm gonna have a husband, and y'all ain't gonna know about it till his funeral or mine.
And that's what Mel said. Well, if you'll find out his name and all that when we get married, because I feel because
senior citizen lady.
Okay, BB, you gotta pick. BB, you gotta pick. Who gets to stay? Fletchers or the Whitlows?
The Fletchers can go.
Let's see what BB picks. Because she seemed to have a problem with both. You can only pick one, BB. Who can stay? Mel ran all her friends off. She needs Fletcher. Yep. And that's true, because you see her one-on-ones is with Nell. And that's the thing. It ain't only with Nell.
She ain't got no friends. She had to, go down to the bottom of the barrel.
Dang, the Whitlows can't even stay. The Fletchers stay over the Whitlows, baby. Dang.
All I'm saying is, I don't know why you would invite Nell to a pole dancing class. And I'm not body shaming or nothing of why she shouldn't be there. I'm talking about age appropriateness.
Yeah. That's why another thing. That's why it was so awkward. Oh my goodness. Tyrion I says Whitlows go. Oh my goodness. Why y'all doing that to my Whitlows? Mel planned it. Why would she plan that though? Poor little Nell looked so uncomfortable. But she was trying to roll with it though. I'll give her props for that. She was trying to roll with it. But she just, it looked like as soon as she got on it and she went down, I just wanted to say, slide some oil to me. Because she looked like the Tin Man. She looked so stiff just going down. I'm like, Nell, like, loosen up, honey. But I bet, and then she gonna talk about she need one in her bedroom, girl.
She needed to have
practice. To practice,
she could have had a couple of shots of tequila to loosen her up a little bit. Mel
doesn't think of elders' age. She should for that. She should. But like I said, Nell rolls with it though. I'll give her props for that. Cause shoot, I couldn't do no better.
I've been to a pole dance class.
That's why we do that on camera though.
I've been to a pole dance class recently, but it's not nothing I would be posting all online. That's for damn sure. We went and we had fun, but I just really don't think that they should have went to a spin class. They could have did a sip and paint. They could have made some candles.
Way more appropriate.
Way more appropriate.
I'll take the sit and paint my damn self. She planned it to show off that moose knuckle.
You mean that hamster knuckle?
What is wrong with y'all?
That wasn't no moose knuckle.
Moose knuckle. My goodness. Oh, really? Anyway, but I think that's really all that happened this episode that I really cared to mention.
Yeah, other than Courtney talking to Marceau. Oh, we can't let it pass about this whole house to the apartment, back to the house to the dream house.
Oh yeah, so Tisha put her foot down, and I hope it stays that way.
Right,
she better not let up.
Just retarded. You moving out your house for 6 months to do a renovation, and on a house that in 2 to 3 years you're not even gonna be living in. We gonna make our house more comfortable. Like, do y'all just want to do some construction?
Maybe they do. Maybe it's their way of making themselves feel better or whatever they need. I don't know. Whatever gets it done. Just get it done. Just get the manor done. This show gonna be going off by the time it's finished.
Right.
So we'll never.
Hell, I might be in a nursing home by the time it get finished.
We'll never ever see it. Period. Yeah. So, but yeah.
Very
I don't understand why she would think it's a bachelor pad only because of all of the rumors that's been said out before about there being an apartment somewhere that him and Martell used to share, and then sharing the top of the Maurice's office at one point.
And I mean, if he there with the 16-year-old, and any 16-year-old, they put their little beats on or whatever and go to bed or whatever, who's to say he's not sneaking out talking about he doing work? I don't know. But she said, you can come here and sleep for 2 hours and go back, or 3 hours or whatever, and go back.
She was like, nope, and he was like, okay. And then he tried to sell it to her. He even put like a pinch of gaslight in there, talking about, well, you know how you felt at the comeback group meeting? Well, yeah, that's how I feel. I'm like, no.
And then tried to give examples. Like, remember when you went away for Mother's Day weekend by yourself and I redid the bedroom? Boy, shut up. Just shut up.
And she felt it too. Like, she was like, I'm blocking this too, because she just stayed. So she's like, yep, I remember that. Yep.
He was like a kung fu fighter. He was throwing all this gaslit narcissist shit, and she was blocking
it. Get back, stay back.
Right.
My lasers. She had them ready. Tisha is getting really good at that, though. I will say that. Like, she is learning him more and more, even as we see as the years go on.
Her spine is getting stronger and stronger by the day.
Yes, absolutely. We didn't hear nothing from Martell. He was at the comeback meeting, but we didn't see nothing of him. We didn't see the Whitlows, thank goodness, because Tiffany needs a break. Because my goodness gracious,
we will see Martell on the next episode.
We still ain't seen Miss Wanda. I heard that we're going to see her this season, but we still haven't seen her.
We got enough crazy mamas on the screen for right now.
Ain't that the truth?
We don't need the overload.
My dream scene is Miss Wanda and Miss Bettie together, because they is a hoop when they together. And maybe not, because she might come in and double team with on Aunt Lisa. So I'm not sure. Maybe she needs to stay where she at. That story is a little sketchy. What story is a little sketchy, Captain Ebony? Which one?
Oh, the story she talking about, the apartment house thing is sketchy.
Oh yeah, all of that is sketchy. It's been sketchy. We've heard so many things over the years about different places and who's doing what. I don't understand why they just don't buy a bigger house and then they can rent it or sell it 30 years from now. Maybe Chateau Scott will be done by then. Who knows? We'll never know. But like I said, the show will not even be on when anything gets resolved at this point. It's just going on too long. She said another 3 or 4 years. This Huntsville does not have another 3 or 4 years. So
30 or 40 years.
We're going to be seeing that 2 or 3 years. Well, it's not going to happen.
Next thing you know, they'll be talking about the land that they bought is unstable to build anything on, and they gonna sell the land and buy them a home in town or something.
They better not renege on their own stuff. That looks bad for their own business, that y'all couldn't even do your own.
Well, here's the thing. People buy land all the time. Then you got to excavate the land. Then you got to put in power lines and water lines or well water or whatever. And then sometimes you can't build on land. It's just there to be pretty. You can't really build on it. And if they ain't do their homework and just bought some land because of the location and don't know if it's really going to be feasible, to build on it, because people don't realize when you go and you buy land and you do new construction, you got to put in everything, streets, they got to put in a sewer system, um all of the water piping and whatever. You got to
Mm-hmm.
put power lines up for electricity. Along with those power lines, you got to have whatever needs to be done if you want to do cable or internet or whatever. You just don't go build a house, because where's the plumbing going to go to?
Exactly. I mean,
And if you
hey,
can't build on it, if you can't see, that's probably what they're realizing. Like, if they've built houses before in areas that are zoned for housing, then a lot of times all that stuff is put in and you just build the house and connect it to the city line. But if there ain't no city lines out there for nothing, they got to put all that in. And that's hundreds of thousands of dollars.
well, they chose this location. I hope they know what they're doing. I just hope it gets
Or they
built.
gonna be on well water with a generator and a propane tank.
You might as well just cop a squat, pitch a tent, and camp there. At this point,
Man.
for doing all of that. But the next episode, we will be seeing a continuance of the situation that is between Miss Betty and Lisa. I hope Stormy can get it under control, because she is the only mediator between them, because Junior and Miss Betty, they don't like each other, obviously. And I feel like Courtney gonna come in and reinforce at some point. BB, Courtney's gonna show up, okay? Watch. Courtney gonna show up, BB, watch. But we don't get to that. I don't remember what else they showed that happens next episode, but that's just about it for me. We should be coming to the mid-season finale soon. Next week we have the premiere of Love and Marriage Detroit next Saturday also. So we will be talking about the premiere of that at the end of Huntsville's live next week. So we just going to consolidate them two together, nice pretty package, because we like to get it in and done around here. So that's what we on. So tomorrow we will be back for SOA Mayhem Monday, yes, and Tuesday we will be back for Bad Boys Texas and Baddies East audition that permission that premiered today. So that's gonna be crazy. We're gonna have a new batch of crazy ratchet bitches.
Right. And if y'all catch my word on the street, that I did earlier, there's a clip on there of the Baddies East audition, and there's a girl who just got out of jail from beating somebody down at the airport for the audition.
Oh my goodness, are you serious?
Yep, she's like, I just got out of jail from beating a bitch up at the airport. I'm a baddie in real life.
Oh Lord, she gonna be on the show.
Boob sagging.
Look, you made it. You went to jail. You made it. I don't think you can do any better than that. That's the best thing you can do. A 10 out of 10 when you go into these auditions. You went to jail. Great. Well, this is the next episode. People will see how Maurice is delusional. That man was a weekend, some holidays, and maybe some vacations. That, oh goodness, this man doesn't under his son is doing something. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, so we're gonna see Kiowa on next episode. That's right. We see Kiowa next episode, and that's gonna be a whole thing. And Kimmy's just looking like she's just watching and looking, and she's letting Maurice bury himself at this point. So that is going to be good to see. So that's going to be a very.
She said, "I am not saying a word."
No, she was like her whole entire lip was inside of her mouth, making sure
like she is super glued. Her
biting that mug from the inside. Like, I'm gonna let him have this, and he should, because Maurice be putting a lot on Kimmy, and she did not ask for all of this. You wanted your son to come here. You help take care of him. Like, don't let him. No, I did not let him come here for me to have to raise him. Be a father. So that's going to be a very good episode. So we will see y'all tomorrow night at 10. And make sure y'all check out Dina's word on the street that she did earlier if you have not already. Okay. And the self-care Sunday, it is back and she is back popping. So make sure y'all get into that. Okay. Did I miss anything? Is that everything?
No, I think we covered it all.
I think we covered it all. Thanks for watching. We out this nasty thing.